I don't have to tell you things are bad. Everybody knows things are bad. It's a depression. Everybody's out of work or scared of losing their job. The dollar buys a nickel's worth. Banks are going bust. Shopkeepers keep a gun under the counter. Punks are running wild in the street, and there's nobody anywhere who seems to know what to do, and there's no end to it. We know the air is unfit to breathe, and our food is unfit to eat. We sit watching our TVs while some local newscaster tells us that today we had 15 homicides and 63 violent crimes, as if that's the way it's supposed to be. We know things are bad, worse than bad. They're crazy. It's like everything everywhere is going crazy, so we don't go out anymore. We sit in the house, and slowly the world we're living in is getting smaller, and all we say is, please, at least leave us alone in our living rooms. Let me have my toaster and my TV and my steel-belted radios, and I won't say anything. Just leave us alone. Well, I'm not going to leave you alone. I want you to get mad. I don't want you to protest. I don't want you to riot. I don't want you to write to your congressman because I wouldn't know what to tell you to write. I don't know what to do about the depression and the inflation and the Russians and the crime in the street. All I know is that first, you've got to get mad. You've got to say, I'm a human being. My life has value.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everybody, and welcome to Global Watchmen News. My name is Lori Swan. I'm joined today by my co-host, Ernie, and this is a emergency broadcast just sent to me. Ernie, we've talked about something happening before the elections, and this may be it.
Yes, I think we're approaching the event horizon, and the fact of the matter is that we predicted this quite a while back that things were going to pop off this time of the year.
Yeah.
Regardless if there was an election or not, this country is primed for the picking. And what we're going to show everyone today is just the tip of the iceberg. And all I can mention is you guys need to prepare.
Exactly. If you are in the live chat, we do ask that you keep it family friendly. There will be moderators in there to make sure that we stay within the terms of service put forth to us by the platforms we're utilizing today. If you're new to the channel, welcome. Take a minute, hit that subscribe button, hit that bell so you know when we go live. So I also, before we start, somebody had sent to our group, I think it was Heather, had sent a video showing Gil Bates talking about a hung election leading to a civil war here in the United States. I will put that link in the description below so you guys can go watch that and check that out. And it's actually an article that he's talking about this. I never really used to give too much weight to a lot of what these elites say. But there are a few people out there right now that when they talk, I do take a little bit more time to listen to them. One being Gil Bates, and the other one being Elon Musk. And when those two speak, you've got to kind of take it with a grain of salt, but also give it a little bit of weight. So, okay, what's going on right now? We're going to put this up on the screen. I'm going to play this from the beginning again. This is for informational purposes only. We are not going to raise your anxiety level. We do not want to put this up as fear porn. But as always, we want you to be prepared. We want you to have the knowledge and know what's going on so you can take the necessary precautions should or if something were to come of this. So let's take a listen.
All right, I would say good morning, folks, but it is not. We are now at a heightened nuclear state. We have multiple sources who are reporting that the threat from North Korea against South Korea is being taken very seriously. This is not a test. This is not a drill. The U.S. is being reported by the undersecretary, and we're confirming we're trying to get her entire statement. We're going to read that to you when we get it. What can we tell you so far? We can tell you that multiple people are reporting, and again, we have not confirmed this, but we're going to give you the alert first. I would rather give you the alert and say we haven't confirmed it than to not give you the alert and then find out later that we should have. So what we are telling you right now is that numerous people have announced that the Undersecretary of Defense has stated that the U.S. military is on heightened nuclear alert. I repeat, the U.S. military is on heightened nuclear alert. Now, how do we know that? From our side, we can look at the map and look at the number of E3s, the number of KC-135s, the number of E-4Bs that are being launched. We've got aircraft up. We are only tracking surveillance and command and control aircraft. And I'm going to tell you what, folks, they are up everywhere. They're up in force all over the United States. In fact, we've got more airplanes in the air than I even knew we had. So this is a significant event here that is transpiring. And see these ones here that look like one airplane. They're so close together, it's two. And by the way, both of these are B-52s. We have multiple B-52s in the air. We have multiple 135s in the air. And oh, by the way, anybody that comes into the chat and says anything stupid, my mods will ban you immediately. We have a new policy. We don't give a fuck about what you have to say. So if you put stupid stuff in our chat, we will ban you immediately. No questions asked. So listen up, folks. We're going to show it to you. We're going to show you what we have. We're going to tell you how it is. We do not have time for your crap. So if you want to be banned for life, please put something stupid in the chat. My mods have an itchy trigger finger, and they will be more than happy to ban you immediately. So please post away. That's why we have such a low time on here. Let me put in, folks, if you are not on our news network, you need to sign up right now. Go to the link at the top of the chat, sign up VIP or above so you get notifications. We put this notification out a while ago. All of our members already knew about this. Okay. You guys are now learning about it because we're putting it out publicly. So the facts, what we know as of right now, let me get this for you so I can read this straight out. South Korea, and let me put it up here. This week's session comes amid growing concerns that the North Korea's Kim Jong-un, that's Kim the Younger, regime may soon conduct another nuclear test and carry out additional provocative actions. Officials in Seoul said that the secretive North Korea apparently all set for its first nuclear test since September of 2017. South Korea's National Intelligence Service said that North Korea may carry out its seventh nuclear test between October 16th and November 7th after the National Congress of the Chinese Communist Party and before the U.S. midterm elections. Now, based on a conversation that the Undersecretary of Defense had, and let me get that for you here. Let me get it here. I do have it. I had it a moment ago, so let me get it for you. It says, if you received an emergency alert notice on your phone today, the incident occurred. Oh, that's a different one. Sorry. The United States will make full use of its military capabilities, including nuclear, conventional, and missile defense to defend its allies, Japan and South Korea, according to the U.S. Deputy Secretary of State. I'm sorry, I said Secretary of Defense. It's Secretary of the State, Wendy Sherman. And we are trying to get her entire statement so that we can give you her entire statement on what she said about the U.S. increasing their nuclear posture and nuclear response and being on a heightened nuclear alert. And folks, look at that map. Let me switch this over here for you. That ain't, well, no, that's on the right one. So look at all these planes. 135 is now up, doing pattern here. Another 135. I don't even know what that plane is. They're not even showing it. So that is following the 135. God only knows what it is. That's a C-17. We're not going to track that. Another 135. There is yet another 135. Another 135. That's a DC-10. That's refueling. There's a P-8. Another 135. 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 Another. I've got two B-52s flying down here. Airborne right now, just refueled. We were looking at those just right before we came onto the air. I'm not sure what that aircraft is. Oh, that's a B-703. Oh, my God. That is a J-Stars. Holy shit. And he just went dark. Look at that. More 135s, more 135s. I have no idea what these 130s are doing here. I don't know if they're going out and doing a long-range patrol or what. Here we go. Another one, another 135. That's a P-8. I'm not doing the C-17s. There's another E-6. Here's another one, another E-6. Another 135, another 135. These are 762s up here. Here is another 135, another 135. So, folks, it ain't no joke. The U.S. military has launched more 135s in the last 2 hours than I even knew that the U.S. military owned. This is a significant. Oh, here we go. Look here. Look, right here. Brand new. E3 up. E3 up. So we got two more E3s just launched. Right there they are. Okay, if you're not familiar with what an E3 is, that is a giant radar aircraft. It's the giant jet airliner with the Frisbee on top of it that rotates and allows it to see enemy aircraft, missiles, all kinds of things out for hundreds and hundreds of miles. Basically, everything that the U.S. military would launch if we were going to war is in the air right now, other than the missiles or the weapon systems. All of the command and control aircraft, all of the surveillance aircraft, all of the radar aircraft that would be airborne if the U.S. military were in conflict, that aircraft, those aircraft are in the air now, minus the fighter jets. Well, don't get me wrong, there are a bunch of fighter jets up, but they're not on like cap missions. They are just in training. But we come over here and it looks like one. No, it's two. There's a B-52. There's a B-52. So we've got, it's a B-52 and a 135. There's the 135. Here's the B-52. We just had another pair of B-52s down here to the south a little bit ago that we were looking at. So this is not a joke, and it is obviously not a drill. The amount of aircraft that has been launched here in the last few minutes is literally unbelievable. They're launching them. Here's another 135. They're coming onto the radar faster than I can click them. And again, all of these lines are from surveillance, command and control, or refueling aircraft. What do we got here? Another 135. So everybody, here we go. Another 135 and another 135. How many freaking 135s do we have? I'd like to look that up and then count these, because it looks like right now, and where's 2 cars? Let's get 2 cars on the horn so she can tell us how many are up here, because I'm telling you folks, I'm going to have my hands full with what we're seeing today. Here, I thought this was just going to be a news day. Had no idea this was going to go through the roof like this. Yes, this is all because of North Korea. This is because of North Korea's threat that all of this is happening. North Korea has threatened to do another nuclear test. North Korea now has longer range nuclear missiles. North Korea is now believed, well, CK, you can say no alert for the citizen. I've got too many aircraft, and I've got a statement from the Secretary of State that we are. So I'm not going to take at the citizen as a source when I've got it straight from the State Department that we are, and I've got a full screen full of the aircraft that would be airborne if we were on alert. So we see the posture of the U.S. military being on alert. We see a statement from the Undersecretary of State from the State Department. We have a statement from the South Korean government, and we have all of the aircraft that are airborne and should be airborne. And folks, hit that thumbs up, share this out on your social media. If you have not joined our network, you need to now. Link is at the top of the chat. Go there, sign up, VIP or above, so that you will get these notifications when they take place. I don't give odds, Otter. That's not my job. My job is to alert you to what is transpiring in real time. Back it up. Correct. The RC-135 is what we are seeing. So we have to prove it. All right. So 2 cars is on. Okay. So we're going to have to get 2 cars in here. She can track all these by individual aircraft. She can put that into the chat. I am going to continue to see what I can get from where I can get to support what I am telling you, and see if there are any further notifications from anybody anywhere. Again, folks, hit that thumbs up, subscribe to the channel. If you have not joined our network, now is the time to do so. Go to the link at the top of the chat, sign up there, VIP or above. Bye, Willie. We don't do anything willy-nilly. Again, folks, if you're going to put stupid shit in my chat, my mods will ban you for life. We don't care. This is not a time for stupid shit in the chat, so go ahead, please put your stupid shit in the chat. Let my mods ban you for life, because if you're going to put stupid shit in my chat at a serious time like this, you aren't worth our time. So we would love to block you from our network. Nuclear alert means that our aircraft have been put on a status of where they are on alert. They are ready to go. This would be close to a DEFCON 2 type situation. Okay. Yeah, we're not doing any trolls. We use Flight Radar 24, and we also use, no, 135s are tankers, but they are also surveillance aircraft. In fact, 135s are used for surveillance and have a cover as refuelers. All right, appreciate it, time. And again, you guys want to put stupid stuff in the chat, my mods will ban you. They are doing it right now. Lux report, I ban stupid people like you every day, and I gain 500 to 1,000 new subscribers every month. So you're just stupid if you don't think I can ban dumbasses like you and make my channel grow. My channel gets bigger every day without stupid fucks like you. We have got here right now, folks, is the U.S. has increased their nuclear posture. They have launched massive amounts of aircraft into the air. The Undersecretary of State, Wendy, has, I can't remember what her last name is, has announced that the U.S. has increased their nuclear posture in regards to this North Korean nuclear test. They don't know where they're going to go with it. They don't know where they're going to launch it to. They don't know when they're going to launch it. They don't know how they're going to launch it. All they know is that they have announced that they are going to launch a nuclear test, and the United States is increasing their nuclear response. Wendy Sherman, thank you, Wild. Wendy Sherman is the one who put it out. You can look it up. You can go see for yourself. We have seen the statement. We have read numerous statements from her, and we are sharing with you. And again, we saw the statements. We didn't put it out. We saw the stuff on Twitter. We didn't put it out. We saw the stuff on YouTube. We didn't put it out. We went and we evaluated everything that we are seeing. And when we saw the aircraft launching, the statement from South Korea, and the statement from Wendy Sherman, and then the statements on Twitter at the same time, then we put it out. So it's airborne, folks. Whether they want to say it or whether they don't want to say it, or whether who wants to say whatever, we don't care. Okay? The fact of the matter is, we are seeing these launches of these aircraft and seeing what would be, by any stretch of the imagination, what appears to be a nuclear posture. Look at the 135s here. And again, we're only tracking surveillance aircraft here, folks. That's it. We're only doing RC-135s, KC-10s, and command and control aircraft. Okay, that's all we're tracking. The rest of the stuff we don't care about. And here we got two more here, and we're only tracking one of them. Two DC-10s. And they're refuelers. And they have a command and control capability. Here's another one we're not tracking. There you go, another 135 that just launched out. We can't keep up with them all, folks. Here's another 135 that just launched. There's another 135. What do we got down here? There's a 737. Another P8. It's coming up on, you see all of these are launching, folks. These are all launching. Look here on the screen. These aircraft are going airborne as quickly as they can get them into the air. They're launching everything. Look at all of them here. And we're not doing that. This is a transport aircraft. That's a C-17. That's not a surveillance aircraft. We're not tracking it. And again, folks, if you put stupid stuff in our chat, we will ban you immediately. Now, we're not sure where this guy's going. I want to see where he's coming from. He came out of Washington, D.C. I want to see where he's going. Let's track this aircraft here. So somebody get on this one here. This is, what's his call? He's squawking 3673. Registration 990003. That's like presidential execs, like the vice president or the president's cabinet or something for that aircraft. So we need to keep an eye on that. Looky here, another 135 that we don't have on the map. They're popping up everywhere, folks. They're popping up all over the place. Most of these aircraft are staying over the United States. Some are going out into the ocean to give us a earlier warning. Like we see this 130 going out here. We see this 130 going out here. But we've got massive amounts of aircraft being airborne. Here's another one, another 135.
Okay, I think you guys get the idea of what's going on. So I'm going to pull this up. U.S. vows full military defense of allies against North Korea. The United States will make a full use of its military capabilities, including nuclear, conventional, and missile defenses, to defend its allies in Japan and South Korea. U.S. Deputy Secretary of State Wendy Sherman said Tuesday, as she warned North Korea against escalating its provocations. I can't talk today. I've only had one cup of coffee, guys. Sherman said North Korea's repeating firings of ballistic missiles and military artillery in the recent weeks were provocative military actions. North Korea has described them as practice runs for the use of tactical nuclear weapons. This is deeply irresponsible, dangerous, and destabilizing, Sherman said in talks in Tokyo with South Korean First Vice Foreign Minister. Two officials met ahead of a three-way meeting with their Japanese counterpart tomorrow. It will be second in-person meeting of the three officials since the conservative South Korean president took office in May. So this is what he's talking about when he's talking about Wendy Sherman and her statement. So this has been verified. You could see he's using the map showing you guys that the airplanes are in the air. They have scrambled. B-52s come out of, there's two places, I believe. One is Barksdale in Louisiana, Shreveport, and the other one I believe is up in North Dakota. They both have nuclear capabilities. If you ever see a B-52 in the sky, you can't miss them. They're
massive.
They're magnificent in the sky. When we go to Louisiana, we came back this last week. They go up at certain times of the day. And I'm gonna tell you, those certain times of the day they go up is like between 3 and 4 in the afternoon. So when I looked at this and I saw that B-52s had been scrambled, looked at the clock, and I know this is not a regular time that they go up. They're magnificent birds up there. But each one of them has, if they're in the air, they have nuclear capabilities. They don't want to be caught up in the air with nothing if something should happen. So those B-52s that are up there do have nuclear capabilities. We're going to keep an eye on this. Do want to also bring to your attention what happened overnight with the Ukraine. Talking about dirty bombs, guys. So we've got to keep an eye on this as well. With these elections coming up, there is going to be something that is going to cause disruption. Don't you agree, Ernie?
Absolutely. And the fact of the matter is firmly believe that CERN, not CERN. Wow, it's on my mind. Ukraine is actually developing those dirty bombs.
Yeah, absolutely.
So use discernment when you hear these things on the news.
Exactly. Yeah, speaking of CERN is back online, by the way.
And so is HARP.
And so is HARP. Yeah. And so I wasn't feeling good last night, but tonight I think we're going to go live and I think we're going to talk about HARP. Are you available?
I am available.
Okay. So tonight, Ernie and I are going to come back on. We're going to talk to you guys about this. We're going to talk to you guys about HARP. Guys, HARP is putting beams up to the moon. And that's not the HARP we know, is it?
It is not.
This is like HARP on steroids.
Yeah, they have a beam powerful enough to reach the moon.
Well, not only
What's
that,
it doing on the surface?
Aren't they putting it to Jupiter?
That I am not aware of.
Yeah, I thought I'm going to pull it up because I think I sent it to you. Yeah, they're putting beams on to the moon and to, I believe it was Jupiter. So yeah, very material, just like the people CERN and HARP running. Oh yeah, they are.
Yep.
Yeah, they are. Let me pull up our CERN here for you guys. And like I said, I'm going to give full credit to the channel that we were just listening to. This channel is not monetized. He was putting that out publicly, the information. So it does fall under fair use, but we are not monetized. We make no money off this channel. I will put the link so you guys can go over and you can subscribe to his channel if you would like. You can see right here, down here, here's current time at CERN. This is up and running. This is the current date. They have stable beams. You can see down here. So they are running beams. If we pull up here, you can see this is blue, proton physics, stable beams. They are running beams, which means that they are in full collide mode. Here we have the collisions. We can see, if we look at the dates on the bottom, these are yesterday and today's dates. They are running at full power. So CERN is up. CERN, oops, wait a minute. I'm sorry, I didn't change screens. Give me a second. Here we go. This one right here. Here we go. You can see this is they're running at full power here. If you look down at the bottom here, here's yesterday's dates. Here's today's dates, and they are running at full power. But they do have stable beams running. So yeah. So CERN is at full power. HARP is doing things that they're just doing crazy crap over there. So we will talk
Which
about
reminds me,
what?
There's a very interesting video I saw on TikTok last night. I meant to share it with you, but I don't know if I did. It was talking about a worst case scenario in the Marianas Trench. In that area is the closest to magma out of anywhere in the world.
Yeah.
And one crack can just completely obliterate a hole to release a gushing flow of lava 100 yards in it.
Can
miles in the
you
air.
find that and send it to me and we'll share it tonight?
Absolutely.
Okay. That's awesome. All right, guys. So yes, I know they're not hitting any planets. We get that. We understand that. I'm just telling you, yes, we know about the Earth and the plane that we live on. I just report the news. I don't make it. I don't make it up. Okay. But we're going to talk to you about that. So obviously, my thing is that they are trying to, again, just like they did with Project Fishbowl, is that they're trying to do something to the firmament. But that's just my opinion. And you know what? We don't care if you're a flat earther here, a round earther, ball. You know, that to me, that's not a salvation issue. So I don't really care. But obviously, they're doing something. I'm going to put that out there. They are doing something. So we're going to talk about that tonight with you guys at the regular time, 8 o'clock Central, 9 o'clock Eastern. So, yeah. Again, I'm going to put all the links in the description below. I'm going to play this for a while so you guys can listen and I'm going to go wash my dishes and start my dinner. But you guys can, carry on with yourselves and chat and listen to him for a while. He's still live, and we will see you back here tonight.
Got flying right now, I would expect that we are at least, or we are near a DEFCON 2. I don't see how we cannot be with this much aircraft in the air. I mean, everything that can fly, that can do surveillance is airborne, folks. I mean, look at this. Look at these patterns being flown everywhere, all over the United States. We've got aircraft up. And again, all the lines that you're seeing are only aircraft that are doing search patterns. That's it. We're not doing transport aircraft. We're not doing training aircraft. We're not doing anything of that nature. I haven't seen that the cell phone carriers are getting hit with a DDoS. I have not seen that, so I'm not going to report that until I've got evidence of that. A 135 is a surveillance aircraft that has a radar on it. It's a synthetic aperture radar. It can look way out. It can monitor all kinds of frequencies. Look at a C-130, or excuse me, a 135, RC-135. Look at that as the eyes and ears in the sky. It listens to everything. It monitors everything. If you talk on it, you can hear it. That 135 can hear it. A DDS is a directed denial of service attack, which means they just continue to hammer the servers so as that you cannot communicate through the network. It's like having a phone number and everybody in the world is calling that phone number at once. You can't make phone calls or anything because every time you hang the phone up, it rings again. So, yeah, and that's the problem. We should have had Christine go to North Korea and give Kim Jong-un the donuts, and then maybe he wouldn't be doing this shit. So you're absolutely right about that. And Spar 17 is coming from St. Louis, okay? Yeah, we're here to tell you the truth and show you what's going on. So Karen, your phone service may work where you're at, especially if you're calling somebody else on your network. Or on another cellular network. Most of these denial of service attacks and so on and so forth against cellular companies are coming from the outside and prevent the cellular company from making phone calls out of their network or receiving phone calls into their network. But if you're already in the network, you're able to communicate back and forth. So if you have a Verizon wireless phone and you have Verizon home phone service, and you're on Verizon Wireless and you're calling somebody on Verizon Home Service, most likely that call will go through. Where you may have a problem is if you're on Verizon and the person you're trying to call is on AT&T or some other carrier. It's when you start crossing carriers is when you will see the effects of the DDoS. So let's see here what else we've got. Yes, Fox, I am serious. We are on a heightened alert. Are we going to nuclear war? I'm not saying that. I don't report what I don't know. I don't report what I can't prove. I only report what I can see and what I can prove. If I can't see it, if I can't prove it, you will never hear it come out of my mouth. So what can I tell you right now? I can tell you that the South Koreans are on a heightened nuclear alert. That heightened nuclear alert has put Japan on a heightened nuclear alert. The heightened nuclear alert between Japan and South Korea has also put the U.S. on heightened alert. No, it is not a test, Discord. This is not a test. Fuck the monkey. We don't give a shit about what monkey says. Monkey doesn't know his ass from a hole in the ground. Okay, if you watch Monkey, go watch Monkey because you've been watching somebody that doesn't know a fucking thing about what they're talking about. No, they're worried about Russia too, but they're not mentioning Russia in the report. Russia is not mentioned, and Ukraine is not mentioned. They are tracking, and let me look see what's over Alaska. And I don't think that they're going to be worried about Alaska. I'm not seeing anything over Alaska, but that doesn't mean that they're not turned off. You would not believe the number of aircraft that are flying that have their AIS turned off, or aircraft that are launching. Here's another one that we're not tracking, another 135. I want to see where this 130 goes right here. And what we're trying to do is we're trying to put just surveillance and command and control aircraft on the map. That's it. We're not trying to do anything else. So surveillance, recon, aircraft is all we're putting up. That's a C-17. That's a transport aircraft. We're not even going to show that. By the way, that's a Royal Air Force C-17. So here we have an E3 right here. And where did my other E3 go? I know you're here somewhere, buddy. I was just tracking you. We had 2 E3s that launched. Where did the other one go? See, I love it. They launch them, and then they turn their stuff off so you can't track them. So there is one of the E3s. We had 2 E3s airborne here just moments ago. And I want to make sure we got every single one of these guys. And you can see them. They're everywhere. 135s. And these guys are flying. 135, 135. Oh, who are these guys? Here we go. What do we got here? Gee, another 135. And another 135. Have you ever seen so many? Oh, sorry, guys. They're everywhere. Sorry, guys. Yes, this can lead to a nuclear war, Discord. That's why we are airing this. Well, see, and that's the thing. I agree. I think that Little Rocket Man is playing the violent. Here we go. Here's another E3 right here. So there's one. There's an E3. He cut his stuff off. See that? He's not tracking there. Let's see if he's moving. See that? He's not moving. He's turned his transponder off. Okay, so that's one of the E3s. Right down here is the other E3. So we don't even know where this guy's going. Hopefully we'll see him pop back up somewhere else. So E3 there, E3 here. Oh, looky there. There is another E3 right there that he just came off the radar. So that's 3 E3s that were up. And the thing about E3s is to get an E3 off the ground, it's like an act of God because it requires so many miracles to get an E3 up in the air. And so for having all of those E3, to get an E3 in the air, according to the colonel that's in charge of the E3s, he said it's an act of God. To have multiple E3s airborne at one time, that is a significant event. But everything that is anything that has to do with surveillance, command, and control is in the air right now, folks. It's in the air right now. And so there's SPAR 17. That's supposed to be the vice president. She is airborne and headed back towards Washington, D.C. right now. Oh, my God. I've never seen so many airplanes. So here, 135, 135. 135, 135, 135, 135, 135, 135, 135, 135, 135, 135, 135. Folks, I can't make this up. I can't put all of these aircraft on the screen to make it look this way. Nobody can put E3s are airborne command and control radars. They're like giant air traffic controllers in the sky that control all of the communication. This has nothing to do with Hunter. Nothing to do with Hunter. Yeah, there you go. The Boeing E-3 Century is an American airborne early warning and control aircraft developed by Boeing. The E-3s are commonly known as AWACS, which is Airborne Warning and Command System, or Command and Control System. No, wind direction has nothing to do with its escalation. This is all because of what Rocket Man said and things that he's been doing, and the fact that there are 3 E-3s up over the United States right now that we know of. There are God knows how many 135s up. There's so many I can't keep track of them. I would say there are at least 20 or 30 135s up. This is why I was hoping we could get 2 cars in here so she can run it through her software and tell us how many of each in the chat. Or if we've got another member that's running that, I don't have time to go through and do all of those filters in the background. So if you're one of our members and you know how to do how to do it. Oh, 2 cars is here. Okay, 2 cars. Give me a list of E3s, E4s, E6s, all of that, all of the command and control aircraft, surveillance aircraft that we've got up globally right now. So if you can just hit that real quick, let us know how many 135s, all of that. So if you could get that for us, we would appreciate that. And then just put it in here. So the U.S. and South Korea are under a threat, as well as Japan is under a threat. So Peach 99, which is an E8C, is up. Yes, from what we understand, Japan is under nuclear alert. South Korea is under nuclear alert, and the U.S. has adopted a nuclear response posture. I understand, but RCs and KCs still pretty much perform the same type of functions. It's not that an RC and a KC don't do somewhat of the same functions. And there are different variants of RC 135s as well. There's like 6 different variants of an RC 135. We're not going in. You're slicing hairs when you get into that. Okay, so right now there are 20 K-35Rs in the air, according to Johnny. So let's see what else we've got. So we're going to continue to show you guys. We're going to give you a quick update. So what do we know? We know that the South Koreans got the feces scared out of them when North Korea announced that they were going to do a nuclear drill. So the South Koreans got upset about it. That got the Japanese upset about it. And now the United States is upset about it, and the U.S. has increased their nuclear posture. The U.S. has launched an unbelievable amount of aircraft over the United States to do surveillance of our skies. And the number of those aircraft continues to increase as we go through the broadcast. There are more aircraft airborne now than there were when we started the broadcast. And when we started the broadcast, the number of aircraft that were airborne was unbelievable. So they're everywhere. So what you're seeing is these are the search patterns of these aircraft where they're stationed, and you're seeing them do these long patrols. So we got aircraft circling up here. We've got aircraft circling down here. We've got aircraft doing patrols down here, more aircraft here. It's unreal, the number of aircraft that are up. We've got E3s that are up. We've got E8s. Oh, my God. It's insane. That's exactly right, Watchmaker. It is insane. Right, Eddie, we don't know. We have no idea where this will go. All we can tell you is that Unicom, you'll have to ask somebody in the chat to look that up for you. I don't have time to do that, but you can actually probably put that into I don't think the UK is on the same type of alert. They're out of the range of Little Rocket Man. Well, I don't know why Biden has to be in the White House, and I'm not sure that Biden is going to stay in the White House with what's going on right now. No, they're not refueling in the air covertly. 135s do surveillance work. Well, the nuclear test is being conducted in North Korea, but if they put it onto a missile, they can fire it anywhere they want. Rewind, Jay Bird. It's too much to go through that. We just did it 30 seconds ago. So Big C is saying that there is a P8 up over northern Japan. So we can go across over to there and see what we've got. So yeah, there's a P8 right there. And that's all we're showing airborne over there, but that doesn't mean that there's not more than that airborne. Wow, Europe is awake and oriented today. There's a 135. There's a 135. That looks like a 400. So yeah, not a whole lot going on over Europe at the moment. Over the United States, oh my God. It's like a New York City traffic jam of surveillance aircraft. I don't know what time it is in Japan off the top of my head. I can't tell you that, my friend. I don't know. So my wife is going to find out. It's 2:31 a.m. in Tokyo. So there you go. That's from my wife. So, yeah, this is absolutely crazy what's going on here, folks. Again, if you have not subscribed to our network, I cannot implore you any more than I can right now. Go to the link, top of the chat, sign up, VIP or above. That'll get you access to our private news network. That'll get you access to all the news we can't put out here. That'll get you access to 620 some channels of news, text, talk, and chat and information that we cannot put out over the internet. Again, I cannot implore you enough to go do that now. It doesn't matter what I say. You need to get on our communications network so you guys can get this stuff in real time, just like we're putting it out. All of our members know what's going on. They got notified before anybody else did. This information is being shared over our network constantly. The maps that you're seeing on the screen, we have channels that are dedicated to these maps, aircraft that are up, where they're going, what's going on in the world. We have people all over the world monitoring all the time. I'm fear-mongering and clickbait? Fuck you. Go look it up yourself, dumbass. You'll be one of the people who gets caught.
Okay. Sorry about the language, guys. I feel bad because I tell you guys to keep it family friendly, and then I put something on the screen that isn't family friendly. But anyways, I want to address the fact that, fear mongering and clickbait. First off, we don't fear monger. That's our motto here. Eyes open, no fear. We put this information out so that you can be well aware of what's going on in the world, so that you can take proper precautions for yourself and your family. I don't make up the news. I just report it. Okay. Here is the Wendy Sherman. I want to say report that he's talking about. Wendy Sherman is the Deputy Secretary of State. And this is a warning that she put out today, on Tuesday, that the U.S. vows full military defense and allies against North Korea. And I'm going to read this to you once again. The United States will make full use of its military capabilities, including nuclear, conventional, and missile defense, to defend its allies, Japan and South Korea. U.S. Deputy Secretary of State Wendy Sherman said Tuesday that she warned North Korea against escalating its provocations. Sherman said North Korea repeated firings of ballistic missiles and artillery in recent weeks were provocative military actions. North Korea has described them as practice runs for the use of tactical nuclear weapons. This is a deeply irresponsible, dangerous, and destabilizing, Sherman said in the talks in Tokyo with North Korean First Vice Foreign Minister. The two officials met ahead of a three-way meeting with their Japanese counterpart tomorrow. So this is what's going on. North Korea has vowed to start nuclear testing between now and the time of our midterm elections. So this is, to cause, him. He's little Cartman over there. He's like power hungry and he just wants to flex himself. Well, speaking of flex, somebody had, and I want to thank Sentinel Liberty. He has connections, and he even said that, this could be the United States responding, flexing, showing North Korea, hey, look, we're prepared. We can, get planes up in an instant because, everybody around the world, our leader is not putting forth a strong defense of the country. He's when you have a strong leader, you're feared. Nobody fears the guy that's in charge right now, the potato in chief. So it shows us as weak. So this could possibly be a flex showing North Korea, hey, look, you know what? We're ready. We're able to do this. We can defend ourselves. But again, that flex could be taken as North Korea as a sign of aggression. So you need to take all of these things into consideration when you're thinking about what's going on. So, all right, I am going to end this for tonight. For now, tonight, really quick, we're going to be back. We're going to be talking cognitive chaos. Where have you been? Hello, my friend. Oh my gosh, haven't seen you in a couple minutes. We will be back tonight at 8 o'clock Central Time. We're going to talk about CERN. We're going to talk about HARP because, like I said, HARP's doing some crazy stuff, sending beams all over the place and doing all kinds of hokey stuff. CERN is also back online. We're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about a few of the things that Gil Bates is talking about. We're also going to talk about a lot of things that pertain to the things that are happening in our world today. So stay tuned. I'm going to put all the links in the description below for you guys to check out for this broadcast. I'm also going to put up tonight's link. So make sure that you go over to the channel in about 5-10 minutes. Click on the reminder so you get a notification when we go live. I want to thank all of our members, our chat members. I want to thank all of our moderators. I want to thank everybody who's new. Hit that bell so that you can subscribe and hit that bell so you know when we go live. We will see you back tonight. And again, this is not to raise, your anxiety level. This is not to put you in a state of fear. That is not what we do here. Fear is not a spirit of God, and that's what we want to maintain here. This is just for informational purposes so that you can prepare yourself and your family. And as always, we want to remind you guys, eyes open, no fear.